Here we are again, Full Metal Universe, and we have got a first for you on a combat sports podcast, homies. We've got the man Marcus Damn G here, and you won't know him in the ring, but you'll know him from fighting the fires, baby. A first responder, the hero of heroes, guys. Marcus, please give yourself a little introduction here on the Full Metal Podcast, baby. Woo!
First of all, thank you, Shahid, for having me on the podcast. I've been watching you since the beginning, and
Yes.
I'm proud of your growth. And thank you for having me. So, um, I'm Marcus. I'm from Durban, the home of unrest.
Yeah.
so, so, in saying that, um, being a first responder, it takes
Mm,
a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of focus, a lot of sacrifice, not
mm,
only from yourself, but also from your family, from the people around you. And also the support that you have around you is very important as well, which is what actually brings us into alignment of why I'm on the podcast, because
mm.
the similarities between being a fighter and a firefighter are very similar. As I've
Yes.
mentioned, everything that I've mentioned that a firefighter needs to be successful, a fighter needs that as well. He needs good support. He needs a good team behind him. He needs people that believe in him, and that's where those two worlds come together,
Mm.
between fighting and being a first responder.
I think it's really beautiful, and my biggest thing, I think about you as a role model in South Africa is we don't get to see how our first responders look. We don't. We've got this picture in South Africa of how we paint them because of
Yes,
maybe the politics of South Africa. But I wanted people to see like a role model, and I believe as a first responder you're definitely one of my role models. What does it take to actually like go into that state of mind? Can you please just explain that a little bit for us?
definitely. And in what I've got to say, it's all from experience. And
Mm,
like you said, we've got South Africans have a picture painted of what a first responder should be or how a first responder should look. And I want to tell you that a first responder, even though they may not look as fit as what they would see on TV, I promise you,
mm,
when it comes to putting the work in, our first responders are some of the most hardworking guys out there, and it takes a lot of mental capacity. I mean, we go through so much. We see so
mm.
much out there. I mean, South Africa is also one of the most dangerous places in the world, and it's, if I can say, 10 times more dangerous for first responders, because
Mm.
we've got to show up when everybody's running away. We've got to run to to the incident. So
Yes.
you can imagine what type of mentality or what type of focus you've got to put yourself through, to think about not only your life, because we may think we're fearless, but we still fear, and it's the fear that keeps us alive. But that fear has to take a back seat, and we have to think, you know, if one of our family members had to pick up the phone and call for help, somebody has to answer, and
Mm.
we have to be that answer, and it's something that's inside of you. It's not something that you learn, because
Yeah.
you can get in the job just to get employed, but
Yes.
you won't last long. It doesn't last long.
Marcus, I think you're speaking to me like a UFC fighter, because the things that you've just mentioned, it's that fight or flight. Either you're going to be a
Yes.
Drickus or you're going to run away. And we've seen how our boy Drickus goes in there full tilt, and what you're describing to me is the same thing. And Another thing, just about your fitness and your training. You're at the gym right now, and I know you
Yes.
basically live there because I mean you got the muscles, bro. Hey, I hope you got your them guns registered. You know what I'm talking about. But can you talk us through a little bit of your
Definitely,
fitness
definitely.
regime?
100%. Yeah, so I train at Fitness Factory in Durban, Durban North, and they do have a branch in Underberg as well, if I'm not mistaken. And like with my fitness, in the past, I was more of a weights only, lift or die type of guy. I didn't do cardio. I didn't do cardio. I didn't believe in stretching. But when I moved into Fitness Factory, it was I'm here almost 5 years, and I absolutely love it. When I moved here, the team at Fitness Factory, I mean, the guys here are always they happy to share their expertise. So from learning from them and what they do, it taught me how important stretching is, how important
Mm,
functional fitness is. It's not just about lifting heavy weights. With my job, I learned that the hard way, that being all muscle and no cardio, no fitness is you become a, if I can say, you become a slacker because you start to slow down on the job. And with us, I need to be able to work 6 hours straight in my fire gear in some of the worst conditions. So being at a good at a gym like Fitness Factory, I like to call myself a tactical athlete, and
mm,
it takes
definitely, I
it
love that.
takes yes, it takes a lot of different types of workouts. So in a week, I would switch between lifting in one, like this week. What I'm doing, I'll be one day I'll be
Hmm.
lifting static weight, and then the next day I'll be doing functional training. So your your burpees, your sled pulls, all of those type of things. So training for what I will need to do at a fire core. Yeah.
Okay. And let's talk a little bit about your nutrition because, very honestly, I admire your physique. I think you look absolutely fucking amazing. And
Thank
can
you
you
very
just
much.
tell us? Oh man, it's beautiful. You got to appreciate, man. But can you tell us a little bit about your nutrition? Like, what supplements are you taking? What proteins and stuff to keep that body fueled?
So what so with my my eating plans. So what I've learned, um, it's not about punishing yourself um, when you eat sugary sweets or pie. I mean, we South Africans, we live off pies.
Indeed.
We live off pies. We live off dry meat. We like having a good time. Some
Hmm.
guys enjoy having a brandy and coke. So you can't punish yourself. I mean, when people ask me what do you eat, what do you take, I always tell them you've got to find a balance for you. I can tell you that I eat oats first first meal, then eggs and avo, and then I have chicken and rice, and then I have fish and vegetables. But that's what I've learned in the past 8 to 10 years that I've been training. It's every day is a learning experience, and you're always gonna try different foods, different meal plans to help you. But the main thing is that you are happy, because I promise you, you can eat your chicken and rice every day, you'll get the results, but you'll be miserable. And it's and I went through that. I went through the chicken and rice phase, and I didn't I hated it. I didn't enjoy it at all. And
Yeah, man.
I'm a family man as well. So
Mhm.
my daughter will run up to me and feed me Smarties every five seconds, and I can't tell
Beautiful.
her no. I can't tell her no. Daddy can't eat the Smarties. I gotta eat the Smarties.
Amen to that.
So
Gotta eat them Smarties, yeah.
gotta eat the Smarties. So your eating plan, it's got to be balanced. You've got to be happy, whether you take one cheat day or cheat days, that's fine. Even in a day, if you eat a chocolate, it doesn't mean your whole day is messed up. You've still got the rest of the day to make up for it, and you don't need to punish yourself. Um, with supplements, I'm I'm a versatile guy. I love trying new supplements whenever a company comes out with different products. I'm always happy to try them. There is one protein that I swear by that works perfectly for me, and I always tell people, I'll recommend this, but if it doesn't work for you, it just means your body
Mm.
needs to try a different product. But USN Hardcore Way GH, that stuff is magic. That stuff is absolute magic for me. And then
Sponsorship alert. USN needed
yes,
to come in for Marcus to do sponsorship. I see opportunities here. Yeah, man, I'm
definitely,
always
definitely.
that is my biggest thing. I'm always looking for the sponsorship avenue. Always looking to make sure that our people are taken care of. And USN, if you're listening, if you're watching, I'm tagging you guys. Marcus G, this man is a flippin' role model in South Africa. First responder, looking good, showing the people how it needs to be done, baby. USN, that's what's up. But Marcus,
Thank you.
now
Hopefully they see that.
oh, of course. I'm tagging. Like, share, subscribe, baby. Whoop. But Marcus,
Oh,
let's
and
move. Yes, yes.
as I was saying, like with when different companies come out with new stuff, like you see,
Yeah.
I've been drinking the Sport Oryx, the premium
Woo.
weight drink. These guys they've got a winner. I absolutely love this stuff. They've got it in my gym. You've got to check these guys out. I
Yo.
recommend them highly.
Like, tag, share, subscribe, baby. Now, Marcus, let's get on to some combat sports. We're
Yes.
seeing Drickus versus Izzy. What are your predictions there, my man? What are you feeling? Honesty,
It,
honesty, honesty.
Definitely. I was having this conversation with a buddy of mine. It was when they were first supposed to fight,
Yeah?
before Trickett went to fight, before Adesanya lost to Strickland.
Yep.
And I was talking to my buddy from New Zealand, and I've been a fan of Adesanya from when he entered the UFC. I mean, I couldn't follow his kickboxing days because SABC
Yeah.
don't show that. So I started following him as soon as he entered the UFC, and I absolutely loved Adesanya. I love his style, his fights. He's very technical. He knows when he hits, he always gets his mark. So I've always admired him. But speaking to my buddy in New Zealand, and he was like, "Hey, he's got his money on Adesanya to beat Dricus." And there were a few other people who also said the same thing I said, it doesn't matter who it is, uh, how much I love them. If you're going up against a South African, I'm standing with my country till the
Hey,
end. Win or lose, I will stand by my country. I'm a patriot. I sweat blood for this country, and I will stand behind South Africa and Dricus 100%. I'm fully behind him. I want him to, it's combat sports. I want him to knock
mhm.
his socks off. I want him to
Woo,
knock his
baby.
socks off.
Yes, indeed, baby. And now coming from that, speaking about the technicalness of Adesanya, what, who is your favorite fighter in the UFC or locally? You can actually do one of each. One international, your favorite fighter, and any local fighter that you know that you got your eye on.
Local fighters, Jacobs from Cape Town, my man.
Woo!
I love him. I
Yes.
absolutely love him. He's ruthless, and he's like a he's got the same build and physique as Adesanya. So
Yep.
the way he moves, it's just magic. I love it. I
Big
love
man.
Jacobs. He's absolute fire, and his style and everything about him is it's just he's a warrior.
When I see him again, I'm gonna
Internationally,
tell him. I'm gonna tell him.
Internationally, the pool is so big.
Yeah.
Um, Whitaker. I love Whitaker. Um, who else? I really enjoyed Costa in the beginning when he was fighting Romero. I really liked
Yo, that
Costa
was a
that time,
fight.
but that was I absolutely love that one. I really like Costa, but now I don't know. It just seems like he's lost the fire. I
A
think
bit of
he's lost
focus is
two
not
of
there.
his.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So and oh no, number one, everybody's talking about him. Um, Pereira, man,
Woo! Yes,
no,
Portan.
bro, that man is stone cold.
Mm-hmm.
There's when he came in and when he came for Izzy, I said to my friends, I said, this man is going to shake. He's gonna shake the UFC, and he's done exactly that, bro. That man, he's just metal, bro. He's just metal,
Yeah, right.
bro. Like,
It's beautiful.
what's next for him? They gotta move him up to heavyweight. They got to.
Mm,
They need
it's looking
to
like
because
it.
I mean, he championed middleweights. He's championed light heavyweights. He needs to go up. He needs to
Mm-hmm.
go up. I think, yeah. John Jones needs a challenge. So that will be a good fight to see if John Jones can if Jones can get him onto the floor because
Yeah.
everybody that he's went up against has everybody says that Putan doesn't rest. So somebody needs to get him on the ground to see what
Mm.
happens. But I think he just gets that knock, and once he hits you, it's like you lose focus of like you
Yeah.
saw what happened to in the last
Praska.
fight to Giri.
Yo.
Bro, the man his legs turned to jelly. It's like he didn't know where he was. I was like, holy smokes, that was something else. So at the
Right?
moment, Whitaker and Hotan, those are my two favorites internationally.
Ooh, what an epic, epic pick. And Marcus, I just have to say again, thank you. And may God be with you in everything that you do and keep you safe always.
Thank you,
And
brother. Thank you,
Woo,
brother. All the best, and looking forward to more of the episodes and keep those
hey,
ringside interviews. You're keeping me
thank you, my
all.
bro.
I get all my local fight content. I get from you. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. And we're going to be doing way more of these chats and live very, 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 very soon.
Looking forward to it, B. Thank you.
Cheers, my brother.